I wanted to make some comments about the final project or final exam or whatever you want to call it. Don't worry about the fact that it's 36 hours, that you're given 36 hours. That doesn't mean I'm going to give you 36 hours worth of questions. I'm still going to give you a pretty small number of questions, probably something that could be done reasonably in 3 hours. And I'm just giving you more time so that you have some more flexibility. The types of questions are going to be harder than, midterm questions, but not necessarily harder than homework questions. So midterm questions in the past have usually been really on the easy side because of the severe time constraint for the midterms. You have only 50 minutes to answer 3 or 4 questions. So they really have to be questions that you would immediately know the answer to if you were familiar with the ideas, or that you could figure out more or less quickly on scratch paper. So things will be a little bit harder now just because they have to be. But I'm not gonna try to make everyone fail by asking insane questions. I'm just gonna look at the homework as source material and make some modifications and maybe merge some problems or split off parts of problems. And I'll try to ask you to do, probably I'll ask you to do some things that you've done before, but I'll also try to ask you to do some new things that you have not done before, but that require only old techniques that you have picked up and skills that you've developed throughout the course. And for studying, I recommend you just study as you would for a normal final. So just pretend it's a final and study. That's actually really all I want. The only rules when you're doing it is just don't copy directly from people. So you can talk to each other, get ideas from each other, make chat rooms on CampusWire if you want to, or make contacts on CampusWire and then go use whatever platform you want to communicate. Or work on your own. It should be perfectly doable on your own. And just don't, copy paste things. That's the only rule. So whatever you end up with, even if you didn't come up with all the ideas yourself, still make sure you understand what's going on enough that you can write it in your own words. All right, and I will see some of you next quarter. So what we'll do in 118C is actually define this and study it. So this will be rooted in Chapter 9.